So Sherry, the next question I have for you is why younger men like to date older women?
There are many men on the planet who prefer older women. I am a woman who has typically in my entire life dated younger men. Sometimes like 2 weeks younger, and sometimes I, I've dated a man who was 27 years younger. So my husband was 10 and a half years younger. Um,
Oh,
a
okay.
man I like now is 14 years younger. You know, it's like I've always dated younger men. And I think it's because it's an energy complement.
Hmm.
That's what I've discovered. I've just never been that attracted to men older. That's not to say that I haven't gone out with older men. I have, but I just haven't. My long term relationships are typically with younger men. Um, it's really less about age and more about energy. And that's where I find most of my compatibility. Now, there are many reasons that men like dating older women. The most honorable reasons are that they find a woman who, an older woman who has maybe a grace and a maturity, um, a wisdom, an experience in life that younger women don't offer. I've heard men tell me it's just so relieving to be with an older woman who gets it, who doesn't fly off at the most frivolous things, who doesn't go on and on about superficial problems, you know, more centered, just more solid, let's say.
Hmm.
There's also a segment of men out there that like older women for mama, mama manager. And that's okay. There are a lot of women out there who like mothering.
Hmm.
And that can be a great compliment if that's your thing. So there are no real judgment calls on it. It's mostly about what do you feel comfortable with. But I would say go with the energetic more than the age.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I have several friends that have like a 10-year age difference. They're married, they have a baby. My husband is 4 years younger than me. Now, funny story. I always wanted a man who's 4 years older than me. So like the universe always has a very interesting sense of
Interesting.
humor. You know what I mean? And and it's true, right? When you meet someone, I mean, hopefully you're not thinking the first thing, how old is this person? Right. But like
I
actually,
never do. I
yeah.
really never do. In fact, I don't even know how to tell ages. And that just means like men, women, whatever. I have very good friends in their 30s, and I have very good friends in their 90s. I mean, it's
Mm.
it's just I look at people more about like, do I have something in common with them? Do I feel good around them? Are they uplifting, as opposed to how old are they?
Mhm,
It's like
mhm.
we share common interests. Can I have fun? Fun is a big factor. If I don't have fun, then I just don't want to mess with it.
Oh, I mean, especially for you, you know what I mean? I mean, like watching your videos is very clear what your values are, right? And what your essence is. And, I think this is a really important topic to talk about because so many women that come to me that are quote unquote call themselves older,
Mhm.
um, and I always say, I don't want to, men my age, they're like, you know what I mean? That age, like health wise, it goes downhill. And I want to date somebody who's younger. So, can we talk about a couple more reasons, like why older women, I just don't like those like
Older
comparison
women
words, but
prefer
like,
younger men.
but older women are a real catch
Yeah,
for younger guys, right? For
yeah,
younger men.
yeah. Um, that's interesting that the term we use is like we don't want to be a nurse with a purse to an older
Mhm.
man. You know,
Yeah, 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 exactly.
and there is an energetic. There's just an energetic. I was dating a man who was older than me, and he had good energy. I mean, we'd go out dancing and we'd go to the beach, and he was fun. It wasn't the right personality energetic, but physically, even though he was older, he had a lot of youthful energy. He kept himself in shape. A lot of men, though, are slow. They're just slow. And so for, I find younger men have the energy match of just wanting to go and do and still want to create or build, where the older men are more like coming home and wanting to putter, and that's fine. I mean, that's absolutely fine. To have somebody that want to, you want to play with or putter with. But I still respect men who have a creative, entrepreneurial, often enterprise builder mentality. I like that. I like that.
And I love what you say, right? Because we have the animal level, the human level, but we have so much more focus now on the soul level because we're doing personal development. We're
Yeah.
much more advanced in spirituality than we've really ever been, right? So literally, now that's what I've seen with my husband is like he advanced himself spiritually so much at such a young age due to his childhood and, having to be in leader positions. So like, that's the other thing too. Like, we don't know why someone is at that high level, spiritual level, because that's what I really feel like. We're really looking for that soul fulfillment. We're no longer looking at, are we compatible? Are we have similar hobbies or similar backgrounds? But now it's like, do we have the same life purpose?
Or complementary,
Mhm.
complementary life purpose.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think because we have advanced to the point of we're no longer, as women particularly, being sold as chattel or baby makers, or our parents are arranging our marriages, and we're not property in this way. And because we can go out and make our own livelihood and have our own lives without a man, unless we want a child, it becomes a decision really about married lifestyle versus single lifestyle, whether you've got a ring on your finger or not. It's like, do I want to have a partnership with someone because that will make my experience of life more full with having someone, or do I want to keep it single and free and easy and maybe date many people? I don't know. But it's a lifestyle choice. And I think because it is, we look to a man to fulfill us on a much more soulful arena than
Mhm.
just how much money does he make, and it,
Mhm.
and is he a good father for my kids? I think we look for a more personal connectedness.
And also, what I always tell my clients is like, this is not like focusing on the features, right? Like, he's this
Mhm.
tall, he has this age, right? But it's about the benefits. Like,
Yeah.
why do you want that? Why do you think you're going to get that? And can you get that from someone who's younger? And sometimes the answer is yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think you just hit on, the reason that we would even be in a relationship at all is because someone will bring more value to your life experience than you can create for yourself.
Hmm.
I mean, when I was with Lorenzo, he offered a lot of value, and we got along very well until we were done. And it was like, okay, we were both in agreement. We're complete. We're not going to, I look at it like stock, which is ironic considering our time. But yeah, it was like, the market was going up, and we reached a point where I realized the market's not going to go any higher. It's not going to dip and come back. We're done.
Yeah.
And so you go like, okay, is it more good than not? Is this person offering more value than not? Is the
Hmm.
relationship better or than not? And I think when you start to weigh where the relationship is not as good
Hmm.
as it is good, it's time to take an assessment of it. And I'm not talking about little things. I'm talking about bigger life choices. He wanted to be in Europe and I wanted to be here, and it's like that's a deal breaker. Ultimately it was.
Oh, oh yeah.
Ultimately it was.
And I
And
was
it was like,
wondering
but I
about
wish
that.
you well. I wish you well.
Yeah, totally, totally, right? It's like, it's almost like values then out of the sudden, separate again, right? And that sounded so romantic, right? You're on this Mediterranean and you're meeting this French, Italian, you know what I mean? It's just like out of the movies, right? Which of course
Yeah.
a screenwriter would totally create a life like that.
We had a really good time. I will say we had a very good marriage for the time we were together. We really did. I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful it completed when it did, you know?
So great, you know, like, and really having the courage to end it, because a lot of people, that would be a whole different video, but like, you know, the courage to actually know when you're done. Should I
When you're
say,
done.
should I stay or should I go? Right.
Mhm. And I believe in any relationship, stay as long as you can stay.
Mm,
Because you want to stay until you get the lesson. You want to stay until it's complete. Because if you leave too early, chances are you're going to recreate the same thing with a different man.
that's
So
right.
it's like you may as well get the lesson with the man you're with
Mhm.
so that you're done with that part and you can go on to experience something else.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly. I was just telling my client that this morning. I was like, you can leave. You're just going to repeat the same thing over again with the next guy. She's like, yeah, you have a good point. I'm like, you're already 4 months in. So it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Just keep that momentum, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.